Hi, I'm Acapelisa and today I'm doing part 2 of the Q&A. As you can see, I'm dressed a little bit more casually because these are the questions that my community have submitted for me to answer. What was your favorite cartoon or TV show growing up? Growing up, I definitely say my favorite cartoon or TV show was Arthur. That was the best. I watched it probably too late into my life. I watched it into my teens and stuff like that. It was really good. I also enjoyed Little Bear when I was little and High Five. Those were my favorite when I was little. Where do you see yourself as a streamer 2 years from now? It's typical that people ask this about 5 years time, but I don't see that as practical. 2 years is a good enough reach. So 2 years time, I hope to continue doing this for as long as possible. I've joked about being Grandma Acapelisa on stream, using a white-haired model and stuff like that. I just really enjoy it. I enjoy getting to meet a lot of different people and just hanging out and stuff. So in 2 years time, I guess, just doing this, maybe, I'm not sure if it'll be in the exact same capacity, but I definitely see myself still streaming and still making YouTube, maybe having hit a monetization on a YouTube, you know, how wink wink. And hopefully having, I guess, 50 plus viewers on Twitch, maybe. Maybe. What big changes do you want to do for the stream? Not sure if it's for stream. It kind of in a way comes under the 2-year plan. I would like for YouTube to rock it off a little bit more, but in saying that, I would obviously have to dedicate a little bit more time to YouTube, so giving myself maybe a whole day for recording and editing, because I do all of that myself. So maybe giving myself an extra day sometime during the week to be able to do that on a more consistent basis, which might mean that I have to take another day off of stream and just do 4 days a week, or figuring out a different day to have off and swapping that around. Obviously it just comes with time and figuring all of that stuff out. That's I guess the main thing for stream. Other than that, there's not much that I would want to change. It's all like depending on what happens, I guess. Situational. It's all situational. Do you enjoy pineapple slices in your burgers? I think I've only ever had that once. It was just a very thick with 3 C's burger. So it was very hard to eat. But I do like pineapple on pizza. I know that's controversial sometimes, but I like pineapple on pizza. Have you tried any food trucks since you've been in the West Coast? I've had food off a burrito truck, if that counts. I haven't had like any other kind of food truck food. I've just had like breakfast burritos, I think. But they were really good. Very, very unhealthy, but very good. If you could have your own anime show, what would it be about? Probably be an isekai where I travel somewhere with like the people closest to me, and then we all end up having like these wicked superpowers, or we're super OP and we can like flick something and the monster's dead. Yeah. I don't know, I haven't thought about this before, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can think of. I would want to be there with people that I'm familiar with, otherwise it would be terrifying. But yeah. What are some things that got you through streaming when you first started? Definitely having the people around me who influenced me to become a streamer, just being like, that's normal, like it's okay to feel a little bit down about not doing as well as you'd hoped, or not too many people showing up when you first start. That is very, very normal. Even like after taking my almost year break that I had to do, I came back, and the only real perk that I had at that time was affiliate. There weren't really any there were maybe like 1 or 2 people who had remembered that it existed, kind of thing. Kind of starting from square one, but it's very hard when you start out. It's very discouraging when not many people are showing up to your streams and you're like, but I'm streaming, like why aren't people coming? It's very discouraging, but having people who are like, that's completely normal, like we've all been through that, it's a very normal thing, it's just something that you have to persist through, and it just makes you a little stronger. It helps you later on when it's like, when you're not having a day where you necessarily want to stream, but now you've got even those 3 viewers that are gonna be there, and they brighten your day a little bit, makes you want to stream. Yeah, it's definitely like the people who motivated me and the people in chat and in the community who are consistently making it a wonderful place to be in, that really help you to get through that, whether they know that or not. They really do. What are your top 5 musical movies? Movies with sequels don't count. I assume you mean that I can't list 1, 2, 3, and 4 of different ones. So I'll say, I guess, High School Musical, obviously. Pitch Perfect. Those are like as a whole. There's one that I watched the other day. It was, I forget the name of it, but it was about Henry the Eighth's like 6 wives and stuff. I watched it on YouTube and that was amazing. The songs and like the ladies singing were spectacular. I haven't watched too many that I can think of. The Barbie movies, all Barbie movies are musicals, I'm just saying. They're great. I've loved them since I was a kid, so put them on the list. As for the other, I have no idea. Which big VTuber or VTubers, either from VShojo, Hololive, or other big ones, would you like to collab with? If I had a choice, I would say Fruit, Silverveil. Those are the main ones that come to mind right now. They seem very wholesome, and they seem like they would be like lovely friends and just super positive to be around, to be honest. That's more so, it's not necessarily entertainment value. I just think that they would be awesome. They would be awesome friends and just super chill and like down to just hang out or play a game like off stream whenever as well. I'm not like focused on collabs for growth purposes necessarily. I'm just like, I just want, cool chill VTuber friends. That's what I want. Playing games, or collabing on stream is a bonus. Yeah, they seem the most chill and most fun, personally. I don't watch a lot of larger streamers or VTubers just because I love the warmth of a smaller community. What is your favorite sauce for pasta? That's a very hard question. I really like pasta. I really like pasta. I would say some kind of cheesy sauce, like an Alfredo, or like a mac and cheese is always good. Baked mac and cheese is my favorite. It's my favorite right now. But yeah, baked mac and cheese, some kind of Alfredo with like bacon, maybe chicken. Yeah, can't go wrong. What's your favorite pizza toppings? I have many favorites, I guess. If I'm in Australia, I'd probably say Hawaiian, like ham and pineapple. If I'm in the US, I'd probably say pepperoni or like a meat lovers or supreme minus the olives. I'm not a olives or mushroom person, especially on pizza. USA or Australia for living? I know a lot more people in Australia and I miss them a lot. I'd say it's very similar, Very similar here in the US, and back in Australia. It's very similar living wise, obviously not like healthcare, or like there's obviously things that are different, which I won't necessarily get into right now, but I don't know, that's a tough question. I do hope to, yeah, that's a tough question. I can't really answer that question right now. What's your favorite tongue twister and care to demonstrate? Oh gosh, I guess the typical red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. I'm not really somebody who warms up before a stream. I mean, I probably should, but I don't. I used to when I did primarily singing videos and streams, but not so much lately because I don't know. I'm just lazy, I guess. I should though. I should do like the maybe my mo. I used to do that a lot before singing streams. If you were to create your own open world, what would it be like? So I assume this is open world game kind of thing. I guess I would want to have characters that are both realistic looking as well as like more anime. I would probably want to give people that kind of choice. As for gameplay, definitely having some kind of combo stuff going on. Have the game kind of explain how to play, because I know that a lot of MMOs they just kind of chuck you in there and you don't really know what you're supposed to do necessarily. So definitely having, like, even if it was just an online wiki explaining like this is how you play, try to get these things, like these quests, try to get this thing. I probably would do quest based because that is what I really enjoy, having like that structure. So I definitely have that, the kind of MMO kind of structure of like, go here, do stuff here, you can always come back, don't worry about if you miss a little bit here and there. A lot of very scenic places because I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for pretty places. Oh, and glamour, always having like clothing that you can make or purchase. Mounts, after playing Final Fantasy, mounts are a must. Running, I would give everybody so much stamina or like barely any cooldown, I swear. Oh, it's a pet peeve. It's a pet peeve of mine now after going back to another user. Oh my gosh, yeah. Would you be okay having a pineapple mushroom burger? I guess, like I said before, I'm not a huge mushroom fan, so purely off of that, no. No, I wouldn't. Will you continue Final Fantasy 14 even after you are level capped? Yes, I will. I will at least play on stream until I've completed the story entirely. There is the update coming in November, so I will obviously, if I do finish before then, I will be coming back for that part. I'm not really sure if grinding is necessarily something that my viewers, that you guys want to watch, so I've kind of tried to keep that primarily off stream, but I could also do that on stream if that's something that you guys would still want to see. Would you ever sign up to be in a virtual reality of the critically acclaimed MMO Final Fantasy 14? So hashtag not sponsored. So I got clarification on this question, that it is if Final Fantasy got a VR adaptation of a game kind of thing, if I would play it. I want to say yes, but I'm also a chicken, and that sounds like a horror game to me because you're fighting stuff, and I know from Super Hot that my human instincts kick in a lot when I'm in VR, especially when my brain thinks that my body's in danger. So I would probably try it if my mind and body went into survival mode. I don't think I would be able to play it for very long, but I would probably try. I would try it and see how I go. If you had a chance to hold a concert, where would it be? For example, Madison Square Garden, Greek Theatre, and so on. I don't know a lot of performance places, I guess. So I'd probably say, yeah, Madison Square Garden. But I would also want to like go back and perform at the Opera House if I got that offer, if I was able to do any kind of concert there, because that's, you know, that's the place that people perform. That's how you know you made it, when you can perform in the Opera House. Yeah. Other than that, I'm not really familiar with too many concert places. What kind of improvements would you like to reach with your stream, and how would it be influential? I guess that kind of comes with the question earlier of what big changes do you want to do for your stream. I don't know if there's a lot of changes. There's just like little things that I would tweak and fix here and there, and like panels and stuff like that in my about section and on YouTube and stuff like that. Overlays, backdrops, etc. That would kind of change over time. Everything kind of changes over time, so I don't know. There's nothing that I think would be super influential that I would change. What languages would you be willing to learn? Okay, so right now I only speak English fluently. I would like to learn again, because I learned a tiny bit in school. I would like to learn Chinese or Mandarin more fluently. That is a plan for the future. That is a definite plan for the future, to learn that at some stage. Potentially maybe a little bit of Japanese, but I'm not sure. I know a teeny tiny incy wincy bit of French. Not much at all. So I don't know, maybe that. I'd be willing to learn pretty much any language, but I guess the plan and the go-to is to hopefully do some kind of Mandarin or Chinese kind of physical classes sometime in the future. Yeah. Do you have a bucket list, and if so, what's on it? Not really. I think towards the future, but not in a I want to do this before I kind of way. I have like a list of things that I would like to, I guess, like achieve, or places I would like to go, like Europe, Japan, Maldives, different places around the US, Great Barrier Reef, Iceland, Switzerland, stuff like that. Just different things I would like to do, but it's not anything crazy that would, I guess, normally be put on a bucket list. That concludes the questions that were submitted by the community. Thank you guys for watching part 2. This is the final part. If I do any more in the future, I will let you guys know. If you have any more questions that you would like me to answer, feel free to put them in the comments down below, and I will save them for another video in the future. Or if you would like to add them to the Discord, I have that on my link tree, which is down in the description down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!